Hello, people. Welcome to First Thursday at the Record Exchange. I'm Belinda Bowler. Coming up are a couple of concerts. One that I recorded in 2015 for the release of Trumpet Vine, and one that we recorded in August for an in-store for my latest record called The Keeper. If you feel like throwing something in the tip jar, I have both Venmo and PayPal, but mostly enjoy and be good to each other. Happy holidays. Without further ado, my friend John Hansen's going to help me kick this thing off. John Hansen. John Hansen, John Hansen. Should we just go? The trumpet vine grew in the kitchen window, bloomed bright orange on the wall. You sat in the morning light, holding a guitar, as the first summer rain began to fall. Like the gentle raindrops, your words fell in the air, making things so clear as we quietly sat there. It reminded me of other times when you have come before and brought a song or just walked in through my kitchen door. Well, it seems the finest words I've ever heard from you were said at kitchen tables we have known. For somehow in that special room with coffee on the stove, our hearts were really most at home. Sitting at the table, looking hard at you, catching up on stories of the things we tried to do. And it seems the times we said the most is when we did not talk at all. Let the song speak for us like the sunlight on the wall. So as we come and go in sunshine or in rain, some years are seen more clearly than the rest. And if it weren't for our kitchen songs and mornings spent with friends, we'd surely lose the things we love the best. Oh, I can see you sitting there beneath the trumpet vine, sunlight through the window, the kitchen in my mind. You came when you were needed most. I could not ask for more than to turn and find you walking through my kitchen door. You came when you were needed most. I could not ask for more than to turn and find you walking through my kitchen door. Thank you. Thank you. Some of you have heard this story before, but our mom, I say our because my brother is here, and she loved Curtis, but that isn't why she loved this song. But at the end of the when the sun's starting to go down, if you're not feeling that well, and she struggled with her breath, and she lived with us the last couple of years of her life, and I'd walk into her room, the sun be going down, and she'd say, "Oh, I just feel like this cloud is dropping," and then she'd look up and say, "But it's not the end of the world. It's just the end of the afternoon." Every day the day goes by, every night you occupy your troubled mind. Pass the time. Every time you think of her, you stop and rewrite the way things were with a sugar coat and a ray of hope. And every time the sun starts sinking, there's a part of you that's always thinking you're mine. She was the only one. These are the days of your life. These are the ways you get by. This is the bed that you made, the dream you betrayed. It's not the life that you planned. It's just a place where you stand. It's not the end of the world come too soon. It's just the end of the afternoon. Twilight hours growing dark, that ugly scene in Central Park you still regret. She won't forget. Looking out of your hotel room, you make a deal with the man in the moon to get on track. Oh, and don't look back. And even when your heart's not aching, there's a part of you that's always breaking down. You've gotta get out of this town. These are the days of your life. These are the ways you get by. This is the bed that you made, the dream you betrayed. It's not the life that you planned. It's just a place where you stand. It's not the end of the world come too soon. It's just the end of the afternoon. Even though you know it's over, there's a Thanks to Curtis Stigers for writing that song. It's the title cut of my first CD 20 years ago. I know you can't see it, but this is my friend T.R. Ritchie who wrote it. He's right there. He's right there in picture, but he's around somewhere. When I decided to leave teaching, big decision, health insurance, all those kids, I was going through a file of the letters I've saved of his, because he's not going to be writing any more letters, if you know what I mean. And, or maybe it was an email, but anyway, he said, now get out there and sing. There's 57 copies of Meet You Halfway left. I know, I'm going to get them reprinted. I have 100 discs, I just don't have the covers. So I'm going to have the covers made again, but I'm not going to put them in plastic because there's enough of that in the world. I'm going to put them in little cardboard wallets. But if you want the last of the second pressing in the plastic, I'll meet you halfway, somewhere in the night. Look for me just past the moon, second star to the right. I'll meet you halfway, in a dream we are having somewhere, and the two of us can go dancing among all our wishes and prayers. I'll meet you halfway. You'll know who I am. I'll be the one with the look in her eye, the one with her heart in her hand. I'll wear my favorite colors, and you wear your favorite shoes. We'll waltz to the edge of the night and watch tomorrow come true. Oh, the sky is tied up with an indigo ribbon. The sun has gone down in flames. If you listen as hard as you can, you might hear the stars singing our names. I'll meet you halfway. Call if you think you'll be late. There's no place that I have to be, and I don't really mind the wait. I'll meet you halfway. Come just as soon as you're free. I've already saved you this dance, and time means nothing to me. I've already saved you this dance, and time means nothing to me. Thank you.
Welcome, everybody, to the Record Exchange 2.0 pandemic version. We are very excited to have Belinda Bowler here on our stage. Back when we were still having regular in-store events pre-pandemic, we had talked to Bindi about hosting an album release for her new album, The Keeper, which was going to be in first Thursday in May. That, of course, didn't happen, but we are going to give it to you tonight in a virtual setting. So thank you all for joining us here tonight, wherever you are. Belinda's going to play some tracks off this new record, which is fantastic. It's been one of our top sellers this year, and we're pretty pleased about that. So please join us in welcoming to the Record Exchange stage, Belinda Bowler.
Thank you, Chad. Thank you all. Thank you all here and all wherever you may be. Weirdest 2020 ever. If you're wondering what to do, feeling happy, feeling blue, be outside. Be outside. Take a stroll, take a hike, catch a fish, do what you'd like. Be outside. Be outside. There's wonders in a stream running through a forest green. Be outside. Be outside. Amid the trees or desert sage, there is fun for every age. Be outside. Be outside. Pack a picnic for the day, or plan a longer getaway on a lake, in a canoe, or stay on land. It's up to you, just be outside. Take a breath of country air, there is magic everywhere. Be outside. Be outside. Let the colors of the day wash all your cares away. Be outside. Be outside. Be outside. Be outside. Be outside. Be outside. Thank you. Thank you. That's a Belinda Bowler song, and it's very timely. A lot of these are very timely because life is so odd that when you sing about the Big Rock County Mountain, not the original version that was written a little while ago with adult words. This is a version written by Tom Chapin and his partner, whose name I can't remember, but is on the CD. It's a kid's version. Spoiler alert, the best part is going to lunch in your underwear. I tell you of a land that's far away, not so far from here. And every time you blink your eyes, the strangest things appear. This is where you breathe through your nose and quietly out through your mask and sing. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the bubblegum trees, sings at the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, the Big Rock Candy Mountain is a perfect place for kids. Your allowance grows on bushes, and the cookie jars don't have lids. You can have your pick of any pet at the Big Rock Candy Zoo. There's a root beer lake you can dive into. You can paddle all around in your big canoe at the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, the buzzing of the bees in the bubblegum trees, soda water fountain, the lemonade springs where the bluebird sings at the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, the Big Rock Candy Mountain. You never change your socks. Little streams of apple juice come a-trickling down the rocks. There's no such thing as homework. It's your birthday all the time. You can stay up late and your folks don't care. You can go to lunch in your underwear at the Big Rock Candy Mountain. Oh, thank you. It's thrilling. It's thrilling to think of going to lunch in your underwear, which I know a lot of us are doing these days, but it's different in first and second grade. But they're probably having lunch in their underwear, too. If you're feeling lonely, hug a tree. This is written by my friend T.R. Ritchie. And I had fantasies about taking this record out into the world and helping my teacher friends be able to take a break while I taught their students about adaptation and photosynthesis and, things. It still might happen. Photosynthesis it's kind of advanced for some of us. But you'll notice in this song, there's a little bit about photosynthesis. If you're feeling lonely, hug a tree. If you're sad or happy, hug a tree. Whatever mood you're in, a tree will always be your friend. So find one and take time to hug a tree. Don't sit at your computer, hug a tree. Instead of watching TV, hug a tree. Whatever mood you're in, a tree will always be your friend. Find one and take time to hug a tree. Hug a tree, 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 hug a tree. Hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree. It's such a wondrous thing, so hug a tree. A miracle in green, hug a tree. For with its many leaves, it makes the very air we breathe. What? Find one and take time to hug a tree. Hug a tree, 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 hug a tree. Hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree. If people wonder why you'd hug a tree, just say because you like its company. Just say you hug because even trees need love, and that's how trees are just like you and me. Hug a tree, 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 hug a tree. Hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree. You can sing this to yourself quietly behind your mask or out loud to the TV or your computer. Hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree, hug a tree. Then you make yourself smile, even though people might not be able to tell, but you can. If you smile, your eyes clink up. Hug a tree, 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 hug a tree. These are my. Thank you, friend. So much of what I do, and especially with this record, are sing-alongs and talking endlessly about like bird adaptation, or is this butterfly? I'm kind of going in order a little bit. Butterfly. Life cycle of a butterfly. You may not know this, but chrysalis is the formative pupa stage for a butterfly. A cocoon is that same stage for a moth. And I learned that from a group of first and second graders. Yeah, right? And this is a lot like, you send me. Why do birds sing so gay? Nothing new under the sun. Butterfly, 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 butterfly. Butterfly, 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 butterfly. Tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg. Tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg, tiny egg. That's the sing-along. I am a tiny egg stuck to this leaf like glue. In a few days I'll hatch from here and start another life anew. Caterpillar, 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 caterpillar. I like being a caterpillar. It's a hungry life to lead. I can eat my way across any old leaf. But if I'm a monarch, milkweed is the best for me. If I'm a painted lady, mallow is the best for me. Chrysalis, 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 chrysalis. Chrysalis, 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 chrysalis. Here I am now, a chrysalis, wrapped in my own design. I'm changing inside to a whole different me. I'm sure it will be just fine. Butterfly, 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 butterfly. A job of being a butterfly is to make sure there'll be more of me. I can spend my days laying lots of eggs on every leaf and tree. When they lay their eggs, there's this kind of glue that goes with it. So when the wind blows, the tiny egg won't blow away. Amazing. chrysalis, chrysalis, butterfly, butterfly, tiny egg, caterpillar, chrysalis, butterfly, chrysalis, butterfly. Thank you. So the reason I make that face at the chrysalis is because they, this is not very scientific, but my first and second grade friends taught me it, so I believe it. It's true. They go into this goo stage, like they're a caterpillar, and they wrap their chrysalis around them, and then they kind of go to goo, and then they transform into a butterfly, and then they when they come out, their wings are all wet, and it's just amazing. It's just amazing. The goo aspect. It's my favorite verse. Changing aside to a whole different me, which is kind of what we're all doing, right? My dad used to sing this one. And just recently I uncovered a cassette of him singing it for my nephew. He sang a series of bedtime songs for my nephew, and his version is so different, as is folk music. So I've made it mine, and you make it yours. Don't be afraid. It's just the cycle of life, and the last verse makes it crazy. Well, the fox went out on a chilly night. He begged for the moon to give him light. He had many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, many a mile to go that night before he reached the town. He ran till he came to a great big bin. The ducks and the geese were put therein. He said, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, a couple of you are gonna grease my chin before I leave this town. He grabbed the gray goose by the neck. He threw the little ones over his back. He didn't mind their quack, 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 and the legs all dangling. That's your part. Down, oh, down, oh, he didn't mind the quack, 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 and the legs all dangling down. Old Mother Flipper Flapper jumped out of bed. Out of the window she cocked her head, crying, John, John, the gray goose is gone, the fox is on the town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, John, John, the gray goose is gone, the fox is on the town. John, he ran to the top of the hill, blew his horn both loud and shrill. The fox, he said, I better flee with my kill. He'll soon be on my trail. Oh, trail, oh, trail, oh. The fox, he said, I better flee with my kill. He'll soon be on my trail. He ran till he came to his cozy den. There were the little ones, 8, 9, 10, saying, Daddy, Daddy, better go back again. It must be a mighty fine town. Oh, town, oh, town, oh, Daddy, Daddy, better go back again. It must be a mighty fine town. Then the fox and his wife, without any strife, cut up the goose with a fork and a knife. What? They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh, bones, oh, bones, oh. They never had such a supper in their life, and the little ones chewed on the bones. Oh. So I know that foxes don't necessarily howl, but they more like yip. But you haven't lived till you've seen 100 kids in an auditorium go, oh, pretty sweet. Lucky bee. When your animal brain is is like calling the shots, an elderly lady in a dark shift looks like a tree. I've heard that a bird likes to fly way up high in the big blue sky. They swoop and soar like it's easy to do. I wish it was that easy for me and for you. I've heard that a bird likes to fly. I've heard that a bird has a beak. They use it to get something to eat. Straining beak, chisel beak, tweezer and hook. Depending on the bird, you know where to look. I've heard that a bird has a beak. I've heard that a bird has feet. A bird has feet, so I've heard. A bird without feet is absurd. They grasp, climb, perch, or swim to keep them alive. Their feet will help them grow and survive. I've heard that a bird has feet. I've heard that a bird likes to talk. From a tweet, tweet, tweet to a squawk. The sun's coming up on their own habitat. Their song is like having a good morning chat. I've heard that a bird likes to talk. I forgot to tell you, you have to find a bird you like, a bird sound you like. It can be anything. And I'm going to sing that last verse again. And when I get to, I've heard that a bird likes to talk, I'm going to do this because this is the sun coming up and this is the sun coming down. And as the sun comes down, the birds are going to stop. It's going to be like slower, quieter, stop, because you don't want birds of prey to eat you in the night, and it's time to go to sleep. So, do you have your bird sound? Yeah. Okay, got it? Someone said yeah, of my 7 friends here in the audience. Okay. I heard that a bird likes to talk, from a tweet, tweet, tweet to a squawk. The sun's coming up on their own habitat. Their song is like having a good morning chat. I've heard that a bird likes to talk. Oh, nicely done. I hope you do that at home. I hope you all are doing that at home. And if you didn't get it the first time, you could just replay it. And how are we doing? 2 more? Pigs get a bad rap in this song, as do mules and fish. But it's old. It's an old song. We know better, but it's so fun to sing. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a mule? A mule is an animal with long funny ears. He kicks up at anything he hears. His back is brawny and his brain is weak. He's just plain stupid with a stubborn streak. And by the way, if you hate to go to school, you may grow up to be a mule. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar, and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a fish? A fish is an animal that swims in a brook. He can't write his name or read a book. To fool the people is his only thought. And though he's slippery, he still gets caught. If that sort of life is what you wish, you may grow up to be a fish. Or would you like to swing on a star, carry moonbeams home in a jar and be better off than you are? Or would you rather be a pig? A pig is an animal with dirt on his face. His shoes are a terrible disgrace. He's got no manners when he eats his food. He's fat and lazy and extremely rude, but he's really good at being a pig, and he tastes so good. But if you don't give a feather or a fig, you may grow up to be a pig, and all the monkeys aren't in a zoo. Every day you meet quite a few. So you see, it's all up to you. You could be better than you are. You could be swinging on a star. Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to show off the merch. So this was one of the last trips I took out to Nampa before the pandemic, and I had these made. Cute, cute. So this is me when I was 5, and this is me when I was 5. It was a portrait painted by a dear friend of our family. So as I go through figuring out my life and how I got here and how I learned to survive, this little girl helps me. And then I had these buttons made. See, there's a bird. My friend Lily Barker. Well, you can't really see it. There's a bird. So if you do have a CD player or anything, you know, there's art inside. The download has art too. There's a bird, and there's me, and there's a butterfly. There's a fox. You can get those on Bandcamp, or you can call me. I'm pretty accessible. Boy, Record Exchange. Thank you. Chad, kind of get a little, my throat kind of verklempt. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, friends. Hey, thank you all of you out there. Oh, we got to be nice to each other. We got to. There's got to be a pony in all of this. I'm going to do one more. This is not on my kids' record. This is on another record called Trumpet Vine that I haven't quite gotten on Bandcamp yet, but the Record Exchange sells it. And Record Exchange in Boise, Idaho. Coolest store ever. Center of our community. No pressure. BelindaBowler.com finds me. Thank you, Dave, for doing the sound. Andy Lawless. Who's filming this and laughing at my jokes and telling me to chill. And he told our cat that I was the Queen of Doomsville last night. He's got that wrong. This is a T.R. Ritchie song. If it were fire you needed most, I would become the flame. And if the moment called for strength, steel would be my name. And if your heart were heavy, I'd become the feathered wing. carry you into the blue to dwell among your dreams. If your lips were thirsty, I'd be the wine that fills your glass. I'd be the sun upon your face when the storm had rolled on past. I'd be your lucky penny. I'd be your wishing stone. I'd be the ground beneath your feet and the stars that lead you home. How could I not seek to be a bearer of the light for you, a bearer of the light? I'd be the hand that reaches down if ever you should fall. I would be your saving grace where you saw no grace at all. I'd be the willing vessel for all that you hold close. I'd be the love that finds you in the time you need it most. If the light of one small candle can defy the darkest night, how could I not seek to be a bearer of the light for you, a bearer of the light, a bearer of the light for you. Thank you. Be good to each other.
Let's have another round of applause for Belinda Bowler. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We can't express how much we miss doing in stores. It's if any of you are familiar with Record Exchange, you know that we have several events throughout the year, and it's near and dear to our hearts to be able to have this stage here and be able to showcase artists like Belinda. And we really look forward to a time when we can do this again in real time with everybody. And first and foremost, we did this because artists are having a hard time right now. The arts in general are having a hard time, and we want to make sure that everybody continues to support them. And we hope that whether it's buying a CD through Bandcamp, through the Record Exchange, picking up Trumpet Vine on our website, or just donating directly to Belinda, which you can find information in the comment section of this video. It's really important to support the arts right now. It's always been a core part of our mission, and now more than ever, we really hope that everybody that's watching this will join us in that effort. So for those of you who are here in real time, thank you for being here and have a good evening. If you're watching this after the fact and it's a Sunday morning, you're having breakfast, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, we wish you well. We wish you health and happiness, and we hope to see you soon in person here before too long. So thank you again, and let's have another round of applause for Belinda. Thank you.